Up next on the MARR Army Rock Show, we are joined by Jake from Tucson, Arizona band Lethal Injection. They've got all kinds of cool stuff coming out, except new singles out right now, and let's kind of dive right into things and welcome Jake from Lethal Injection. Welcome.
How you doing?
Doing great, man, and thanks for spending the first time on the show with us here. So for folks that may be kind of new to your band, give me a little history or biography of the band, if you would.
Sure. You hit it on the head. We're from Tucson, Arizona. We've been a band for just under 3 years. The type of, we do alternative metal, new metal, rap metal would be our style that you could classify us under. And, the band consists of myself doing vocals, Jonathan Russell doing vocals, James Ringstrom on drums, Jesse Espich lead guitar, Lawrence McIntyre rhythm guitar, and Bobby Hutchinson on bass. And we're workhorses, man. We've already got 2 full-length albums out. We've got 4 EPs out. We've got 2 mixtapes out, and we're about to release another album, most likely in April of 2019.
So, hey, a tune I've been listening to a little bit is a tune called Empire. So tell me a little bit more about that tune.
Empire was basically, a song we came up with in the studio. And, it's just basically about the trials and tribulations of the industry and, how we're just going to continue to work hard and, push forward and, not let anybody mess with our empire, basically.
Now, I was watching the music video for it. Tell me a little bit about the making of that music video.
So, yeah, we had a really fun time making the video. We had some awesome classic cars and, nice house. Basically, we just wanted to have something that fit the theme, more or less. So, we had the house and the cars and, the girls, but also kept true to ourselves in regards to what we were talking about in the music video. So, the music video overall was a blast, and, it's doing really well. People have been extremely receptive to it, and, we're just excited about continuing the push.
Now, for folks listening, I'm talking with Jake. Some people may be familiar with a fellow named The Rascal. So talk a little bit about the transition from rap into what Lethal Injection does.
So I had my solo career for, roughly about 15 years. And, I had a great run. I did many tours. I sold tons of records and, got to work with some of the best artists in the studio. And, to be honest, I felt that it had run its course, and, I felt that hip-hop beats and rap beats and trap beats, what have you, were basically limited, and I always wanted to do something like Lethal Injection. It was just really hard finding the right pieces of the puzzle because, I'm not somebody that doesn't do things right. When I do something, I go all in, and the transition was actually very easy for me personally because I have a very raw, gritty style, and to incorporate, 8-string guitars and backing tracks and funky bass lines, it was almost easier for me to do that because my voice naturally fit with that style.
Now, you guys have kind of sort of almost got a phrase coined called West Coast metal. Tell folks what West Coast metal means.
So West Coast metal, basically, we created what we called West Coast metal, and what it is, it incorporates, like some of the original West Coast hip-hop elements, as far as the pianos, like the Dre sounding pianos, the funky bass lines, the hard-hitting snares, and then we incorporated metal in our style with it, and, we had recorded 3 or 4 songs in that vein, and, basically people are like, we've never heard anything like this. What would you classify this? So we pretty much had to come up with our own name of what it was because it was so different from what the norm is, you know what I mean? So we came up with the name West Coast Metal because that's really what we feel it is, because you're incorporating the classic West Coast sounds and you're also incorporating metal and then throwing our style on top. So we feel that it's our own sound and basically, our own genre.
So I want to ask you about another tune, and I'll ask about this music video as well. And the tune is Blinding Light. Tell me a little bit about that one and also the music video as well to that one.
Blinding Light is actually one of our favorite songs. We write, for starters, we write different than most bands. We're a band that goes into the studio and we'll knock out 3 or 4 songs in a day from scratch. And Blinding Light, we were on tour and we were driving back, and I had come up with some concepts for my guitar. So I'm like, hey, it'd be cool, man. Like if we took some of like the classical horror movie themes and made them into, one of our songs. So hence, we started with like Halloween, and, we started with Phantasm and a few other ones, and we ended up just sticking with Phantasm. So, you hear that in the background. That's actually the theme song from the movie Phantasm. And then, so we had this song, and we had an amazing hook, and we didn't know what to do with it, so we actually incorporated it into Blinding Light, and we just wrote, about real-life stuff, about the world, and once again, we shot an amazing music video that captured the band very well, and it's a song we're extremely excited for. It's been out for a while now. Great reception. It's just, it's a song we love playing, and, it's a positive song. It's actually a song that people can relate to with a positive message behind it.
So for folks wondering about, seeing you guys live, it looks like you got some pretty cool tour dates coming up after New Year's. So why don't you tell folks about that tour?
Yeah, so we've got, we just got a few dates booked with Crazy Town. Tucson, Arizona at Club XS, January 11th, Club Red on January 12th, and then the Green Room in Flagstaff, January 13th. And then we are also playing an anti-Valentine show in Albuquerque, New Mexico on February 15th. And then we're also looking to hit Texas in March.
Now, it seems like you guys have kind of like a tight relationship with Crazy Town. Tell me a little bit about how that evolved.
Yeah, it was actually weird. Crazy Town was performing in California, and the promoter needed, a last-minute band added. And, granted, we're only, 7.5 hour drive from where they were, and the promoter really, really wanted us on the bill, so we agreed to play with them. Went up there. The show sold out. It was an amazing experience. Lots of people there, and Crazy Town obviously was the headliner. We were main support, and Shifty and his whole band watched our entire set, and they really liked our style. They liked what we do. They liked how we brought it on stage, and basically a relationship formed right from the jump. And we brought Shifty into the studio. He recorded a song with us. My other vocalist, Jonathan Russell, he's actually recorded on a couple songs for Crazy Town's album. And, this is a start of something moving forward that we'll probably do a lot more of, because we all get along really well. Our genres are perfect for each other. We're both extremely hardworking bands. And, I think you'll see a lot of Crazy Town and Lethal Injection in the future.
So it wasn't all that long ago you guys did a Chester Bennington tribute, so why don't you tell folks about that?
Yeah, so obviously, Chester Bennington's passing was sudden. It affected so many people. Depression is a very real thing, and so many people suffer from it. And, myself included, I suffer from depression. And when Chester passed away, it hit me and my band very hard, because obviously they were one of the bands that paved their way for bands like ours. It was a band that we respected very much, and hope to do some shows with in the future. So we put together the Chester Bennington tribute show on July 20th, which was a year to the day of Chester's passing. We did that in Tucson, and then we did it the following night in Mesa. And we raised over $5,100 for Chester Bennington's wife's nonprofit, 320 Change Direction. We donated all the monies there, and we're actually doing it again in 2019 in Tucson and Phoenix as well.
So it looks like the album Broken is set for a spring release. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, we're looking to release Broken hopefully March, April, May. We don't have a set date yet. We still have 2 more songs to finish for it. But Broken is a very deep album. That's why we named it Broken, because a lot of the songs have to do with, you know, depression and emotions and just real life struggles that so many people go through that can relate. And, you know, we've got some amazing guest features. We've got Shifty from Crazy Town. We have AJ, lead vocalist of Fire from the Gods. We have Hobson. We have Recognized from Tech Nine's label. And it's an amazing album. It's definitely our best work. We put a lot into it. It was emotionally draining just because of the topics at hand. But it's an amazing album that we are, you know, we just can't wait to release it. We're extremely excited about this, and we think it will do really well, and it'll hit people in the proper fashion.
So, looking back, you know, at your musical growing up, you know, when you were a teenager or whatever, and all the great music that I'm ballparking was out in your era, just trying to guess about how old you are. Were you listening to rap or were you listening to rock? Like, what are your roots? Is it heavy metal? Is it hip hop? What are they?
My roots stem from everywhere. I grew up listening to the Beatles. You know, that was my dad's favorite band. I grew up listening, you know, to heavy metal, hard rock. My oldest brother got me into hip hop, you know, and to be honest with you, I grew up on everything. I still till this day listen to, you know, I listen to rock, I listen to metal, alternative, you know, rap, hip hop, country, pop. You know, to me, it doesn't really matter. As long as it's got a positive message and it's good music, I'll listen to it. So, yeah, I mean, I come from all different genres.
Well, hey, man, this has been Jake from Lethal Injection. They're out of Tucson, Arizona, and just around the corner, their album Broken is going to be coming out real soon. And, Jake, man, thanks for spending the time with us today. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, and, you know, look forward to working with you in the future.